Hi friends, welcome to Engineering Clinic. Today we are going to see how to use SSH tunneling in Ubuntu Linux. So what is the tunneling process is? We are going to forward a TCP port from one server to another local machine. That is called as SSH tunneling. So I am going to use a Docker here. In the Docker I am going to start a notebook, Jupyter notebook server, and that Jupyter notebook server, since it doesn't have a GUI, I need to forward the port number from the Jupyter notebook to my local machine. So that in my local machine, I use localhost colon some port number, and I can able to access the server's complete information. This is what I am going to do. So I have already installed Jupyter notebook in the machine, and before I want to start it, I need to set the settings in the SSH configuration. So that for enabling this TCP SSH tunneling, I need to go for some settings. Now here, how to do the settings here. So once you log into the Docker, yes, these are the settings. So first thing, you have to open the file using this nano editor, nano /etc /ssh/sshd underscore config. So once you open this file, so you can able to see that yes, this is the file. So once you open this file, we have to permit so many options here. So come to the, and here allow TCP forwarding, yes, gateway ports, yes. So these two things need to be set it up, yes. Then permit tunnel, there is one option called as permit tunnel, we have to make it yes. So it will be by default by giving a hash symbol, just remove the hash symbol. So permit tunnel space yes. So this also need to be copied and just paste it here. And this PermitRootLogin space yes. In case sometime if SSH doesn't work, we can use this. So these are the four settings you have to enable it for enabling the SSH tunneling. So it is actually TCP forwarding, otherwise we call it the SSH tunneling. So if the tunneling doesn't work, please keep an eye on this particular configuration file. So now let us start our process now. Now I am going to, we need two terminals. The first terminal I am going to log in using this command ssh-p 6000 root at the IP address. So this means that I am going to connect to the Docker using the port number 6000, because this is what I am allocated to me. Yes, so now we can see -p 6000 and root at the 172.16.8.22. So the port number at the IP address. So once it is done, I am going to start the Python virtual environment. So I am just creating the, I already created the virtual environment. Now I am just activating that using the source command, source./myenv bin activate. So this is to enable all the Python libraries to be installed within this particular folder called as my environment. That is the reason behind it. So now I am going to start the Jupyter notebook. So the command is Jupyter space notebook --port 8080. So that means I am going to start the Jupyter server on the port number 8080. And no browser means no browser will be popping out. And allow root means Jupyter, since it is not advisable to run it inside the root login, but if you want to allow it, then give this option. So once you have done this option, so this will be giving you a URL to be opened. So this command you can able to copy paste from the description window given below. And once it is done, now you can see this is the command localhost 8080 tree equal to this token number, and copy this. And now I am checking inside my local browser. I am opening a browser and then I am checking it. So it doesn't work because the localhost now started in the remote server in the Docker remotely. So this doesn't work. So now I am going, after the port forwarding, the same URL will work by changing the port number. Okay. So now this is first to show you that this does not work without tunneling, because tunneling we have not yet started. Now open the another terminal where we are going to start the tunneling. Now we need two terminals in Linux, but in Windows we just need only one option. You can refer my second video for the Windows option. Now I am going to use the next terminal to start the tunneling process. Again we use ssh-p 6000. That is the port number I am connected to my Docker. then this is very important, -L and -L, N and L. So this should be in the same order. You should not change the order. If you change order, this may not work. Now to which port this is to be forwarded? So I am going to forward to the port number 5555 in my local machine, and where it is already running is localhost colon 8080. Now see the syntax, 5555 colon localhost colon 8080. So the 8080, whatever is already the Jupyter starter, that should be coming at the end, and to which it is forwarded, that should be coming in the beginning. So I am going to use the 5555 port number in my local machine, and then connect to the same machine, root at the rate 172.16.8.22. Now this command, when I run it, this will start the tunneling process. Yes. So this command is very important. I'll give all the commands in the description window below. You can able to copy paste that. But in my case, the port number is 6000. In your case, the port number might be different. Use the corresponding port number. Okay. Now I am giving the password. Now once the password is there, you won't get any other information other than blinking the cursor. The cursor will be blinking. This indicates that the tunneling is going to start. Now I am copying the same URL again. Now open the browser from my local machine and paste it. Once I paste it, I change the port number to 5555 because this is what the tunneling process started, and now we can see that this is a folder of my Docker. So this is a folder structure of my Docker which has been opened fantastically in my local machine. So now as if you are working on your local machine, you can work on the Jupyter server which is running in your Docker. Now I just open one example called as auto encoders. I have already run one example on auto encoders. So let me run it one more time in front of you, and since it uses a GPU also, you can check it. It runs in the CUDA library. Yes, you can see this is import torch. I use a PyTorch library. You can see using device CUDA. So my local machine does not have CUDA, but my remote machine has the CUDA. So now we can see this CUDA is running with the number of epochs I given as 5 epochs, and I am printing the average encoding time as well as the decoding time. You know that auto encoders have encoder as well as decoders. So what is encoding time in first epoch and what is the decoding time in the second epoch? Everything I have just printed over there. Now this is what this command is, one command, and we need two terminals. One terminal to start the Jupyter, another terminal is to start the tunneling process. So you need two terminals to access it. So don't close any of the terminal. In this case, your tunneling process will stop. So again you can able to reconstruct it one more time. Now this is the simple process of how to use the SSH tunneling inside a Docker. Suppose if you are not using a Docker, suppose I want to use, if you are using some other server, then the simple command is SSH-P6000. That -P6000 is not needed, because if you directly connect to your remote Linux machine, you can, without using a port number, you can connect it, because by default secure shell connected to your port number 22. Okay. So now here are the commands what I have given you. So first thing, the command to connect to the SSH is SSH-P6000 username at the IP address. Give the password and give the virtual environment python 3-m venv./myenvironment. So wherever you create the myenvironment folder, so the same location you go and give the source command, source myenvironment/bin/activate. Once it is there, you will get the myenvironment in the before the dollar symbol, and you can start the Jupyter notebook like that. The command what I have given, Jupyter space notebook -port -allowroot and no browser. So this way you can start it. And after, open another terminal and give this command. So what is the command? This is to start the tunneling process. SSH-P6000-n capital L 5555 localhost 8080 space, then root at the rate 172.16.8.22. Give the password, and that's it. So after that, open the browser and give the IP address what is given in the Jupyter notebook. So thanks for watching. Thank you.